Yo, welcome to another episode of the Migo Experiment. I'm Henry Flo.
I'm Willy V.
Yo, today, man, we have the honor to have one of the pioneers, man, of a huge movement that you kind of call, hip hop and underground and hood and gangster and all that type of stuff, man. One of the original, right here, man. We have the pleasure to have him. Who do we have here today?
Esteban Oriol.
That's right, man. Ludico, man. If you don't know nothing about my man, get to know. He's got a book out, man. He's even got a little, it's called LA Originals on Netflix. Check it out right now. Estevan, pleasure, man. Pleasure. So I'm going to come off the break, man. What made you want to pick up a camera and pretty much snap the entire hood life, the whole gangster, the whole dirty, gritty? Why?
Well, my pops gave me a camera because he saw me at that time I was building a lowrider. I was in a lowrider club in East LA, and at the same time I was tour managing House of Pain. So he thought it was pretty cool, and he was telling me, you should take pictures of that stuff because it's a pretty cool scene that you're in. And at first I wasn't really into it because cameras weren't cool. Like people with cameras, it wasn't really a cool thing. It was kind of like paparazzis and tourists had cameras, or like super professional people that worked for magazines. So if you broke out a camera, people were like, "Whoa, what are you doing?" And then I just started breaking it out more and more because I was taking it around people that I was comfortable with, and they were comfortable with me, like the homies that, we build lowriders together, or you go to a lowrider show, and you see a lot of at that time, there was a lot of gangsters that were at the lowrider shows and hot girls, and then I was touring with the homies in House of Pain and Cypress Hill. We were going all over the world, so I had good access to cool shit, and that's what my pop saw, and he was like, "You should take pictures of all that shit." So that's what I did.
How did you find the time to take pictures while you was the tour manager? Because I know the tour manager has a lot in his hands.
Yeah, it was just like the downtime, pretty much we would travel like maybe 8, 10, 12 hours to each city every day. We'd pull into a spot, we'd unload the equipment, set it up, we'd do sound check, do the press, go have dinner, and do the show, and then break the equipment down. But there was always spaces in between those times, or if we went to a city the day before a show, we had a day off, there'd be time for, go around the city and shoot photos of that. And me and Muggs would roll out together all the time because Sen and B and Bobo, they'd like to kick it in the hotel rooms, but me and Muggs would just bone out and be like, "Let's go see the fucking city. We're traveling. Let's roll." So I'm right here at Muggs' studio right now. That's where we're at.
What, man?
Oh,
man, it's just the
we're right
pioneer.
here.
You're just the pioneer of the whole. Man, how do you feel being considered a legend, bro?
I don't I don't pay no attention to it because I don't see myself like that. I mean, I tell everybody thank you, and it's so cool that everybody thinks of me like that, but it doesn't change nothing for me. I still have to force myself to, get out of bed and work every day and shower, shit, and shave just like everybody else. And, I get older, so I'm fucking, you feel all the little bones cracking and shit. So, I don't feel like a legend when I'm getting out of bed, but, when I feel really good when I look back on all the work that I've done and all the accomplishments that I've gotten. But that only makes me, gives me fuel to go out and do more, because I'm like, how they say you're only as good as your last photo or your last song or your last album. So you always got to, push because, yesterday's gone, tomorrow's not promised, but today we're here. So that's what I do.
Man, that's such a humility thing, man. Just to be humble, just continúas con la vida, man. No matter how it is, what it is, you can be famous, whatever it is. You're Esteban Oriol. That's what it is, man.
Yeah.
So, all right, question right now, man. So, Mr. Esteban, so what do you prefer, man? Pozole, man, or tacos?
Man, I like them both. You know, like pozole is off the chain. Lately, I've been eating like vegan shit because I got some health issues. So I just been eating like healthy, especially because of the coronavirus. Fucking, I would go to the markets and the doctor told me no dairy, no sugar, no carbs, and so then I can't eat red meat because I have fucking gout or drink, and then they told me I could just like eat chicken and vegetables. And I was going to the market to, get some food and shit, and everything was fucking gone. So I was like, man, what the fuck? What am I supposed to eat, man? All these fucking weirdos come in here and just fucking hoard all the food. But I looked to the side, and the vegan case in the market was full. And I was like, oh, cool. Well, everybody's scared to eat that shit. I ain't scared. Fuck it. I grabbed all that shit up and filled my ice box and my refrigerator with that shit. I've just been eating that ever since, and lost like 50 pounds, and I'm lighter on the feet. I still got, the health issues.
Got you, gout.
But I'm good.
Yo,
Still rolling
up,
around.
man.
I got my little cart, and I keep it moving, keep it pushing.
Man, that's what's up, man. So how's that treating you, man? How's that vegan life, man? How do you feel having to change your mind?
I got a jawline again. I got some fucking, I had to punch in 2 more holes into my belt, which felt good. I mean, if you start looking better, you start feeling better, and like it makes you feel better all the way around. Not only healthy, but like you're like, fuck, man, I'm doing some good shit here, and you just start feeling good about everything. Your health, your life. It's a trip. What that does to you. Because at one point I was just like giving up. Like I was like, fuck it. And it is what it is. I'm just another fat Mexican. Who gives a fuck? And then I just thought like, everybody's like, oh man, you living the good life. You're eating good. You're eating healthy. You're eating good. You're eating good. So you start thinking like, yeah, eating a hat. They have a place out here called The Hat, where everybody goes and gets a hamburger, like a double hamburger with pastrami on it. And then the bread is like this thick. So you're getting like a sandwich like this. And then you get these fries with chili and cheese and onions on them on the side. And the way I was taught when I was a kid was, you better fucking eat everything you got because, we don't got it like that. The whole there's kids over here starving and you got, So I always had to eat everything. And you come out of there feeling like you ate like 10 bricks. And then you're like, oh shit, man. I hope I make it home or tomorrow morning is gonna be a motherfucker. So
food coma, huh?
Yeah, you just like get, tired and you wake up, you're gonna wake up with, women say that they're the only one that have cramps and we don't know what they feel like. Well, when you go eat at the Hat or one of these other places and you get those fucking mud butt cramps, I think it's pretty close to what they feel like when they're having their little menstrual period,
And
those cramps is no joke.
Man, they questioning that push, man.
But I feel better now.
Which one is it?
Go ahead.
They don't know there's gonna be a fart, some shit, there's some churria coming out that ass, man. They pushing it. Man, but yeah, man.
Yeah.
From everything, so the folks who don't, you pretty much just summed it up for the folks who have never seen Netflix. Because I'm gonna keep it 100. Sometimes the kids watch Migo Experiment and stuff like that, and they don't have Netflix. You know what I mean? They don't grow up with the computer around sometimes, but they have a tablet or a phone. You know what I mean? To get in tune to what's going on, especially here locally where I'm from and in DMV. But out there, man, like, so the respect you have is not just like in a genre. It's like worldwide, man, because it spreads so much. Because you chopped it up with everybody from actors like your idols, like like Al Pacino and Robert De Niro and all the artists that you've met, anything like that. Is there anybody in particular who you're just like, man, damn, I haven't worked with so and so? Do you have anybody on that list?
What do you mean? Like in a bad way?
No. There's somebody who you want to work with, who you just like, I
Oh,
would
who
like to
I'd
work.
want to work with? Fuck yeah,
Yeah.
there's a million people, man. There's a
Really?
lot of, yeah, man. I mean, as you can see, I don't really get to shoot that many famous females for some reason. You know, I don't like, I guess they see the gangsters and they see the this and the that, and they're like, oh, you know, I don't think he could, you know, might not be able to pull it off, or if this guy's gonna come there, they're gonna do a drive-by on my, you know, at my place or what, I don't know. But I don't really get to shoot that many, you know, higher level females in the industry. But there's the, you know, there's a shitload of them that I'd want to shoot, you know, and some more like sports guys that I like. And I've been fortunate to shoot some of my, you know, my idols in the sports world, you know. Like one of my favorite fighters of all time was Johnny Tapia. I got to shoot him before he passed away, you know, one of the best boxers to ever do it. And I shot Holyfield. I love to shoot. I took a picture of Tyson at a party, but it wasn't nothing, you know. Like I'd love to shoot Tyson, like me and him just kick it in his gym or his house or whatever, and just chop it up with him for a minute, just shoot him. Or, you know, there's a lot of people I'd like to shoot. You know, come out there to New York, I'll shoot Cardi B or J Lo, or, you know, one of the hot ladies doing their thing.
Hey, man. What, man, who would have known, man, that Esteban actually had somebody on this list? I would have thought that you would have been like, man, fuck it. Instead, you got
Yeah, I got like 100 people on there.
Yeah, man, yo. So,
Turn on the
yeah.
TV or, you know, turn on the TV or movies, or, you know, or listen to some albums. I could, you know, that girl Sabrina Claudio, you know, I'd like to shoot her. She's badass. You know, just pretty much people that I like what they do, you know. I like their music, or I like how they play sports, or I like how they, you know, do their craft, their art, you know. For me, that's what I like to shoot, people that I fuck with, you know.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up, man. I mean, out there, you actually have a person like Snow the Product, you know. So I don't know if you ever heard of her or anything like that. She's pretty
Hell
dope.
yeah.
I mean,
I just don't know. You know what people think? That I just have like my phone has everybody's phone number, and I could just call them. They're like, hey, why don't you shoot her? Why don't you shoot him? I go, hook it up. And they go, oh, you don't know them? I go, no. What do you mean I don't know them? You think if I knew them that I wouldn't have shot them already?
so
Like,
yeah,
oh,
we probably.
I thought
Hey,
you knew everybody. I'm like, nah, fool. I don't even, you know, I know people, even people that like say like, you know, I shot Eminem. Before the movie, I hadn't talked to him for maybe 7 years. And people would hit me up every time he would go to their city and be like, hey, bro, my brother, you know, he has cancer and it's his dream to go see Eminem, and we're in Wichita, Kansas. And I was just wondering if you could call him and see if he could give us free tickets. And I'm like, you know, like I never met this person in their life. I feel bad their brother has cancer or whatever, but you know, it doesn't work like that, you know? Like most of the people I take pictures with, I see them and take pictures with them for 15, 20, 30 minutes tops, and it's over. Never talk to them again or anything. And, you know, when you take a photo, you're capturing a moment of time, a second of a, you know, a millimeter of a second of time. So sometimes you don't get that many seconds with people, but you get a good image of that second, and you never talk to them again. But everybody swears that I got their phone numbers, or I go to their house for barbecues. Like all my assistants and my interns are like, oh, you know, I thought you do a lot more like shooting celebrities and this and that. I go, nah, man. 90% of my work is me trying to get the next job, and 10% is doing the job. But, you know, maybe 1% is shooting all those people that you've seen me shoot, you know, the celebs.
gotcha,
Everything
man.
else is me just shooting, you know, whatever I shoot.
Shit. So in other words, man, my man's still hustling, still grinding all day, every day. You know what I mean? Ain't
Man,
no
every
damn
day.
shame in that. Fuck that. You know, we
No
gotta
way.
let the que ganarlo frijoles some kind of fucking way, right? Here we go.
Hell yeah. I work for mine,
Yeah,
yeah.
man. So speaking about that, so Snow the Product, I know you probably gonna see this because you know you like the band with Migo Productions when we come out here to the DMV. My man right here, Esteban, one of the greatest. Yo, he's down to work with you. Get at him. He's in LA. DM him or some shit, man. You know, get in contact with him. You know, we're a little small, little brand out here in the DMV, Esteban. But guess what? We bang pretty hard. The Migo brand, Migo Productions itself out here has been out here for 18 years, and it started off
Yeah.
as some hood shit, bro. Like the original person who started it as a DJ. He was a DJ. God rest his soul. You know, DJ Menace. But he was a dude from the streets, man, that just wanted to play music and bring a different culture of the hip hop and the Latin stuff here, you know, to the streets and to the clubs. You know, once he passed away, you know, the team stayed together and did their thing and became what it is 18 years later out here. So,
That's
you know,
great.
yeah, man. But it's
You always
just,
got to do it for the homies that can't do it no more, you know?
And also, I would like to point out that he's the king of reggaeton in DC. He was the first one to bring reggaeton to DC.
That's
Yeah,
hard.
A lot of clubs and like promoters, outside of land promoters, they don't want nothing to do with reggaeton. But he pushed it and he did it, and he was the first one to bring it.
That's right.
Yeah, man. But like yourself, man, so did you ever think you were going to wear the type of hats that you were, man? Because you weren't exactly that. You are whatever you are. You're a photographer. You know, talk to us about that, man, about how a person should think about being open to working.
Was, you know, it's not for everybody. You got to have that hustle in you. And that's one thing, like, my mom always pushed is, you know, to get my hustle on. And my dad always pushed me to the arts. So, you know, those two combined things, you know, I took that from my mom, took that from my pops, and I ran with it. And I just never say no, really. You know, when people say like, hey, can you do this? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, okay, cool. You know, maybe we could get together next week and you could do this kind of job and this, that. Yeah, no problem. And then from that point on to the next time I meet them, I figure out, you know, how I'm going to do that shit. And I make sure when I show up, you know, it looks like and sounds like, and that I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm doing. And by the time they see what I do, they're like, fuck, man, this guy, he knocked it out of the ballpark. So that's kind of like pretty much how I did my whole career with everything that I do. I did, you know, like you said, how did you find time to fit in photos when you were tour managing? But like when I was tour managing, I was running the bands, like the travel, setting up all the sound arrangements, the, you know, the bus drivers, the hotels, the flights, all the money, you know, everything that we spent. I had to do the accounting for that and picking up money from every show, doing the merch where you bring in all the t-shirts and you count them in with the people that run the merch at each venue. And then you count them out at the end of the night. And then you match those numbers with however many shirts were missing with the money that you got and make sure that they match. And I mean, I became an accountant, you know, learning the merch, a travel agent, a babysitter, a dad, a brother, a security. And then in between that, I was doing the photography. I was filming at the same time because I wanted to make sure I had rolling footage of whatever I was taking stills of. And then when I would get home, I would do photo shoots, video shoots, and my own clothing company. We did Not Guilty, Supermax, Joker brand, and you know, we were doing the clothing thing. So when I wasn't on tour, I wasn't getting paid by Cypress or House of Pain, so I had to figure out other ways to make money if they didn't feel like touring for a month. So that's when I started doing the photo shoots, video directing, and doing clothing. And I just kept pushing, you know.
Man. I was gonna ask you, man, what you know, what words of encouragement would you have to a homie who just fresh out the Bing, you know, from just doing, you know, doing the bit, you know, just.
I would say, you know, stay positive, stay humble, and you know, stay focused, and stay away from the people that you know, trying to get you high or get you drunk, or you know, just want to see you fuck up, or they want you to be the old you before you went to prison. Because you know, most of those guys, they come out, they try to pick up where they left off with whatever it is, whether it's, you know, banging or doing crimes, or or, you know, doing drugs or drinking or, you know, going to get some pussy or whatever. I mean, all that's there, but if you think about it, that's might have been what landed you where you were, you know? Like I have one homie who's calling me up going, "Hey bro, you know, I don't want to come back here no more. I don't want to come back here no more." I go, "Well, you know, every time since I've known you that you got busted was you were fucked up. Like, and it all started with you having some modelos, and you know, you get a little you know, you get a little pumped up and some shit always pops off." So he's like, "You know what, homie, you're right. You know, like this time around I'm gonna come out, I'm not gonna drink." And I was like, "You know, I'm not telling you not to do that. I'm just saying every time you get busted, you're either drunk and you're rolling with a strap, or you drunk and you get in a fight, or you're this and you know, some shit happens. Nobody said you have to stop, you know, be, you know, that drastic, but, you know, just know what it is." And he came out and he hasn't drank or, you know, got high in any type of way. He's got his own place for the first time in his life. He got a job, he got his own car, he got money in his pocket, you know, legally. He's not out there, you know, doing any type of shit that could get him busted again. And he's like, "Hey man, you were right, you know, that drinking fucked me up." Every time, you know, a lot of people when they make bad decisions, if you look at it, most of the time they're loaded some type of way. So, I mean, it depends on how bad you want to, you know, stay out of prison. You know, you can do it. I have a lot of homies that stay out of prison all the time, and they just make that decision. Like, I don't ever want to go back, and they change their life. They say, "There's only one thing you got to change," and they go, "What's that?" And they say, "Everything." So once you change that one thing, you're good. You know, go, you know, start over. You have that. You could push that reset button, is what I'm saying. You know, every time you come out, you could just hit that reset button, start fresh. You know, you did your time for the crime, and now it's time to start over, pretty much.
Yo, man. Willie, you got anything else to ask?
I just want to ask about cartoon, because I know you do a lot of work with cartoon. You know, fill people in, people that don't know about you in cartoon.
Well, if they don't know about me in cartoon, go watch LA Originals on Netflix. That's an hour and a half highlight reel of all the shit we did. This is some of his artwork right here. This is some of his artwork right here. You can see that. You know, I got some of his first tattoos that he ever put out. Well, this is in 1994.
It
And
still
it still looks
it
fresh.
still look good.
It still looks fresh.
It's better than some people's last tattoos that they just did in 2020. You know what I mean?
Hey,
So
yeah.
that's the homie right there. And yeah, he did all my shit. You know, fucking did a bunch of my tattoos. I've had like Franco Vescovi. He did these, and he's a badass motherfucker. He's the one that does Bishop rotary machines.
Really?
Carlos Torres. He's another sick one. He did some tattoos on me. Mark Mahoney. I got a lot of Jose Lopez did my back. I got a lot of good you know, tattoo work on me, but 80% of it is by the homie Cartoon. And he's the one that we did, you know, multiple Cypress Hill covers. We did a lot of work with Blink 182, DJ Quick. We did you know, of course, we did the LA Originals. We've done Joker Brand, a lot of different collabs with other companies. And, you know, we just been kicking ass, you know, pounding down on the pavement pretty hard for like 25 years and just never letting up.
Oh man, that's what's up, man. We appreciate it. You know, Esteban, we appreciate your time. The only question I would have last to ask is, how's it being a dad right now through this whole damn shit of quarantine, bro?
I'm I'm a dad to people that are all over 21 years old. I have 4 kids, 30, 28, 26, and 21. But I'm a grandpa to 4 kids that are. I have one that's like 3 weeks old. He just came out during the quarantine, and that was kind of like stressful because nobody could go to the hospital, and just my son and his girl, they had to just be in the hospital alone, and it was kind of like, it wasn't like a normal fucking have your kid in the hospital type thing. It was like only you two can come. You have to get tested. You have to be quarantined here. When you go home, you got to be quarantined, and it was kind of hectic. But the other grandkids are 3, 8, and 10, so it's cool. They get to go home, and it's like the famous cliche that everybody says, like grandkids are cool because you always can send them home with their parents, 'Cause I done my years of stressing out and all that shit with the kids.
Oh, man.
Are you the overprotective grandpa?
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you be? Like,
No, I mean, meaning like
there's a sick ass world,
For us when we were little, our parents, for little shit we did, like it could be the littlest shit we did, and we get whooped for it. Nowadays, our parents are like, what? Their grandkids are like, no, don't touch them. No, this and that. They're overprotective.
Oh no, I tell them to hit him. I tell him, man, whoop his ass. What do you mean? Don't enable him or teach him to be one of these emo pussies. Fucking whoop that ass if he starts acting out of line. Because the system tells you're allowed to spank your kids with your hands. You can't like punch them or anything like that, but you're allowed to give them a little swat on the ass. So I mean, if the law is telling you could do that and the kid's acting up and there's no other, they don't give a fuck if you take their iPad or any of that shit away and you got to spank that little butt, then that's what you got to do. Because everybody responds to that,
Yeah.
A little.
Yeah.
Straightens them out.
Right.
Whoop that ass, boy.
Hey, whoop that ass, man. We get your ass whooped.
Yeah, I tell, hey, who do you want to spank you, your mom or me?
Mom.
They go, nobody. I go, then you better act right. You better pick up all that mess you made, or go take your dishes to the sink, or whatever it is, lift the toilet seat or whatever. We don't want none of that weird shit going on over here. We want you guys to do good in school, to clean up your mess, be clean, and that's it pretty much that you can ask from them at that age is just do good in school and be clean and be respectful and watch, it's a trip is kids are so much more exposed to crazy shit now, like everything on every social media is like, fuck you, fuck this, fuck that bitch, and people fighting and like kids punching fucking eloteros and fucking the ice cream guys and beating them up and cops killing motherfuckers. Like young kids can see this every second of the day, all day long, on anywhere they look, on Instagram, on YouTube, on like, so you got to be like a helicopter parent, to keep them from, seeing everything. But then at the same time, you don't want them to be sheltered and not know what the fuck is going on. You got to kind of let them see some shit and see like, yeah, you see that could happen to you. So, be careful where you are and watch out, because there's a lot of fucking weirdos out there, and you got to put them up on game kind of, and they kind of have to see what consequences are out there. Like that girl that died the other day on the river with her kid, like her poor little, 3 or 4-year-old kid was there just by himself on a boat, chilling while his mom died. That shit is like heartbreaking. Like you gotta show the kids, like, some shit could happen to you, and if it does, this is what you do. You grab if your mom's not coming back and her phone's right there, and you got to hit that 911 and tell somebody you don't know what happened to your mom, but she's not there no more, or something like that. You know, like there's a lot of fucked up shit going on right now, and you got to give your kids some game, so you know they're not just out there flip flopping like a fish out of water.
So through all this that's been going down, man, have you made it to several protests, man? You know, to snap it up a little bit.
Yeah, everybody's like, you're older, you shouldn't be going out there. You got all these fucking health issues, blah blah blah. I go, well, at least I'll die doing something I love to do. You know, I love taking pictures. But then they're like, then you're gonna bring that shit home to the kids, and blah blah blah. I'm like, I can't fucking win no matter what I do, anyways. If I, I can't just sit at home. I'll go crazy. You know, I don't give a fuck. I gotta go somewhere and do something. You know, and that's what I love doing. You know, I love being where the shit is. You know, I've always been that type of person to be in the mix of where the shit was popping, you know. So that's where it is right now. If I have to wear a mask or some little rubber gloves and whatever, fuck it.
As long as you're capturing history, because that's what you are, man. You're a historian too, man. You're capturing history every time you snap that camera. You said it yourself.
Yeah, I got an obligation to the people, you know. I got to be out there covering that shit. I can't let all the youngsters just come in and take all my shit. You got to get out there and keep the belt.
You've ever had like any prodigies under your belt, man?
Yeah, they come and go. I've had a bunch of I've had a bunch of people work for me, and most of them I feel good about because I feel like I bred like some winners, you know, on my team that have come out of my my schooling. But I've had like 2 probably that have just fucked it off. But you can't save everybody. I try to put my cape on and save them all. But if they don't want to listen, fuck them. Or if they have too many issues or whatever, I just gotta let them be themselves. Go be emo and cry and whine and complain about how bad you got it over there. Don't bring that shit over here. I'm living my best life.
Music wise, man, what's playing on your deck right now? If you play, actually, I don't even know if you got a deck, man, or you just got it in your phone. What pops up on your fucking phone, man? You play.
I'm right here with DJ Muggs, so I'm hearing all the freshest, all the newest beats. I'm hearing all the newest projects out over here from the Soul Assassins. But for me, I like funk, soul, the old school hip hop. I even like some the classic rock. I like some 80s shit. But I'll fuck with all the new stuff for sure. Like BG Perico, Nipsey Hussle, YG. All the LA guys and the New York guys. Pop Smoke and them, rest in peace. I like all that shit.
Man, that's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. My man, super cultured for the culture, man. Mr. Esteban, man, Oriol. We appreciate your time, my G. I've never been to the West Coast, man.
Man, that's terrible.
Bro, I have family out there. I need to come out there, man. I need to shake your hand, man, and echarme unos cuantos tacos de pozole with you.
Hell yeah. Well, I'll take you all the bomb spots. And
and I keep telling them I like going to LA because LA is like DC in the 90s.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hell yeah, LA's got some good shit over here. We got some food for days. When this COVID bullshit goes away, hopefully everybody will get back to moving around, and you guys gotta roll out here.
Yes, sir.
I hear aquí no para la comida, bro. As you can see, out here, man, she's pumping with the food. That little lady with the truck out here, she's out there, bro. Like people lined up 6 feet apart.
Yeah, you come out. Yeah, we got that too out here. They're like, they're out here working. That shit ain't stopping nobody.
Man,
that shit, it's essential to eat,
But fuck yeah, it's essential to eat. Just breathe and fucking have fruit and agua and all that good shit too, man. So
how about that?
Man, what the fuck? Platinum records and gold, man. My man is
gold and platinum.
DJ Muggs' studio, man. What are you in Studio A or B right now, man? Because there looks like a bunch of studios back there too.
This is the A studio right here.
Studio A.
Yeah, this just right here. We have just the little hallway. We're having our homeboy Deffer. He's painting some shit today.
Yo, my man is giving us a tour, man. DJ Muggs' studio, man, right now. What's up, man? What's up, man?
What's up? What's up?
Yeah. Damn. The legendary LA.
And then when he doesn't want to, when he's tired of doing the collabo, he comes over here and does some, lifting. And then when he's bored of that, he says, "Hey, Muggs, can I hit the wall?" You know what I mean? So we out here grinding.
This culture everywhere, bro. Yo, I appreciate your time, man.
Of course.
Thank you for taking your time to speak with us.
No problem.
And I don't know if you need any more followers to your Instagram, because you had, but you can go ahead and plug yourself in, man, just so they can follow you up.
Yeah, just have them look me up at Esteban Oriol, at Esteban Oriol, ESTEVANORIOL.
Just has right there, y'all, on his corner right there, man. Check it out, man. Tune in, comment, subscribe, man. Migo Radio, man, on the Migo Experiment. Thank you, Mr. Esteban Oriol, man. You take care, man.
All right, homies. We'll see you.
All right. Have a good one.